Most people would usually throw away these soda cans, but I don't do that. Today I will show you how to make unique and unusual items from things that are thrown away like this. First, mark the can. You can use a length equal to a roll of tape like I do, or you can increase it as you like. But I recommend only taking at most half of the can. When the product is finished at the end of the video, you will understand why. There is a fact that few people notice. Most of the soda cans you throw away today will exist longer than you do. It sounds strange, right? But think about it. You open it, drink it in a few minutes, then throw it away as if it never existed. But for this world, it is still there for a very long time, longer than we imagine. And the interesting thing is, everything starts to change just from the way you look at it. This can once had a very simple purpose, to hold a drink, be finished, and then be thrown away. A very short life cycle. Almost no one remembers it. But if you stop for a moment, look a little more carefully, you will realize it has not ended. It is just waiting for another way to exist. And this is when everything starts to get interesting. Prepare 2 cans and mark them like this. Alright, now cut them along the lines we marked. When you start cutting, grinding, adjusting little by little, you will feel something very strange, like turning something meaningless into something meaningful. Not because it changes too much, but because you begin to understand how to change it. In fact, it's not that someone is better than others, it's just that they spend a little more time looking closely, thinking a little differently, and sometimes just a small idea is enough to completely change the value of something. If you are still watching up to this point, then maybe you are starting to feel that too. Things that you used to think were useless may just be things you haven't used the right way. It sounds simple, but when you do it yourself, it will feel completely different from just watching a video. Every small step has its own feeling, from when it is still rough to when it starts to take shape. After cutting, mark the center of the bottom of the can. We will drill a small hole here. Note that only one hole. We will continue marking them. The distance from the edge to the marked line is about 1 centimeter. That is enough, because we will trim square shapes to make it look nicer. This step you can do or not. There is an interesting thing that no matter how we recycle it, the can itself does not change. It is still the same material, still the same basic shape, but the way you act on it, the way you imagine what it will become, is what determines everything. There are parts that many people will skip, thinking they are not important. But in fact, those small details are what finally decide whether it looks like trash or something worth keeping. Alright, now take a piece of can like this and roll it according to the diameter of the drill bit, so that later we can fit it into the hole we drilled earlier. Take a piece of gauze, about 8 centimeters, twist it tightly so it can pass through the small tube we just made. Finishing is very simple. Just pour oil into the second can that has been cut. How much oil you pour depends on your height. That's why I advised you at the beginning of the video. With the first can, thread the gauze through the small tube, then insert that tube through the hole we drilled. We get a very simple oil lamp lid. Alright, now just assemble them and light it up. On power outage days, they will definitely be very useful for your family. You may not do this every day, and you don't need to turn everything around you into handmade items. But at least, after this video, maybe you will start to look at things a little differently. Not just these cans, but anything you once thought had no value anymore. Because sometimes, what is thrown away is not the object, but the way we look at it. If a can can still have a second chance, then maybe many things around you can too. And maybe next time when you pick up something you were about to throw away, you will stop for a few seconds and ask yourself, can it become something else? If you like turning simple things into something no one expects like this, stay, because there are many more interesting things ahead.